Looking for a job? You may want to head to the city of Tiffin.
A new local program and assistance from the state is to bank for new openings. Crystal Clark shows you who's hiring.
Leaders here at National Machinery say they're looking to hire everyone from laborers to engineers, and they say they need those new employees as soon as possible.
There isn't a country, a state, or a city that isn't looking for jobs.
And work is on the way for folks in Tiffin. One of the city's largest employers, National Machinery, says business is good. So good, it plans to expand operations at its headquarters.
The challenge we have today is business is booming, but we don't have capacity.
The company, which manufactures machines and parts, has a global reach with customers and facilities all around the world. And Tiffin is where leaders want to invest. Mayor Aaron Mont says a new jobs creation tax credit just launched in November played a big role.
Any incentives you can offer can kind of make or break deals.
The program gives a tax credit to large businesses that can offer 150% or more in wages to its employees.
We wanted wages that Tiffinites would live on and not have to supplement their income with 2 or 3 jobs.
Most of our positions here are skilled workers, skilled machinists, skilled assembly people, engineers, mechanical, electrical engineers.
National Machinery is the first company to take advantage of Tiffin's new tax credit. It's looking to hire a minimum of 20, but up to 60 new jobs are possible. Anyone interested in applying can find the link on ToledoNewsNow.com. In Tiffin, I'm Crystal Clark.
Thanks everyone for coming and welcome to the Camden Falls Reception and Conference Center and the SIEDC 2015 Annual Meeting. What you just saw was a news story in May announcing a $6.5 million expansion by National Machinery, a great project and an incredible company. What I'm going to do tonight is I have the privilege to highlight some of the great successes this year in 2014 in Seneca County in economic, downtown, and community development. And from my vantage point, it's been nothing short of simply being an incredible year. We have 4 sectors in economic development to start off that have been going gangbusters. Industrial, education, health, and also retail. And we're going to dive right in with the industrial sector. In addition to National's expansion in August, our seeds participated in one of the largest replicated wheat trials in the United States. This is a company that's growing by triple digits annually and has almost completely renovated and occupied the former American Standard facility. Also in August, the single largest real estate purchase happened in Fostoria when a real estate group bought the 600,000 square feet Jones Road facility. Ohio Logistics and other tenants are creating jobs there today. In October, Taiho put on a job fair to meet commitments that they made in 2012 to invest $13 million and hire 40 new associates. And by the end of 2014, they have met all of those commitments. Also in October, Webster Industries announced the single largest job creation project of the entire year, pledging to invest $8.3 million and hire 65 people at an average wage of $38,000 a year. In November, American Fine Center announced the largest investment project of the year, a massive $16 million expansion that will add 100,000 square feet to the North American headquarters and add another 24 people. And in December, we had an announcement by Irving Equipment of the largest project in relative terms, a $1.1 million expansion that basically doubled their space and doubled their workforce. It's staggering that in this community in the last 4 years, there has been a 17% growth in the workforce. 600 new jobs have been added. And if you look at the investment for 2014, more than $40 million, more than all other sectors combined. It's no accident that Glenn Richardson is here tonight, and we really appreciate him doing that. If you look at the number of jobs created and retained, 1,000 jobs in the manufacturing sector, incredibly impressive. We are working very, very hard to help existing companies grow here, and thanks to partnerships with Jobs Ohio Region Growth Partnership, we helped bring $4 million in local and state incentives to those projects you just witnessed, but we are beginning to go international to bring others into the fold. Earlier this month, I spent a week at the world's largest general industrial trade fair, the Hannover Messe. I worked with Regional Growth Partnership and Paul Zito, who's here tonight. Paul, raise your hand. There he is, the Vice President of International Development. And over the course of 5 days, we made 50 to 60 really solid business contacts. To give you a taste of what that show's like, here's a 30-second clip.
Hannover Messe, the world's leading industrial show. This is where more than 5,000 exhibitors showcase their technological solutions for the factories and energy systems of the future. Around 180,000 visitors from over 100 countries came to Hannover Messe 2014. With 10 leading trade fairs, Hannover Messe embraces the entire industrial value chain. Get access to new markets and showcase your innovative technology at Hannover Messe from the 13th to the 17th of April 2015.
An absolutely incredible show, and we will for sure be going next year. Going to dive into the health sector. A lot of great projects. In Fostoria, ProMedica announced a $1.6 million new orthopedics and rehabilitation center. Also in that community, Good Shepherd Home had construction underway on a $2 million expansion to 18 rooms to that facility. In June, the third largest Y in the state of Ohio started a $2.9 million renovation project. The Bark Park, who doesn't love dogs, opened in July. And the largest health project broke ground in September on the campus of Mercy Tiffin Hospital, the $9 million Tiffin Rehabilitation and Sojourn at Seneca project, which is going to provide mental health services to seniors as well as skilled nursing. And in December, discussions started between Tiffin Charitable Foundation and the City of Tiffin on a new bike trail that would extend from Hedges-Boyer Park to the downtown. $16 million in new investment announced in that sector, 650 created or retained jobs. Let me dive into the third sector, education. Keeps going from here, folks. Tiffin University began earlier in the year in June to begin demolish the Pettibone property and make way for the new Performing Arts Center. In August, they dedicated the new Italian-American Neighborhood Memorial. Also in August, the City of Tiffin received a $650,000 grant from the Ohio Department of Transportation to work on streetscapes between Heidelberg and downtown on Perry and Market. In September, Tiffin University cut the ribbon on a $2.6 million Murphy Academic Support Center and the Pfeiffer Library renovation. Also in September, there was the grand reopening of a newly remodeled Frost County Stadium, a $1.4 million project that serves Tiffin City Schools, Calvert Catholic Schools, and Tiffin University. And the largest project of the year in the education sector, by Heidelberg University, the $5.1 million Horniman Stadium and Fox Den Alumni Center. Tremendous. In education, $10 million of additional investment. This is on top of the over $50 million that has taken place in the last 10 years. If there was any question about whether Tiffin and Seneca County were the education community, let me tell you that 7% of our entire workforce work in education. That's 3 times the national average in terms of concentration. It truly is an economic driver in this community. Last but certainly not least, retail, maybe smallest in investment, but in terms of the impact on our daily lives and the number of projects, it's incredibly impressive. In January, Superior Auto opened their 49th store in Tiffin. In February, Dunkin' Donuts submitted, with an apostrophe, thanks Rob, get it, our Dunkin' guy, submitted plans for a 3,000 square foot facility in Tiffin. In March, Gem Network Consulting bought the former Warner Chevy facility and moved their business there later on. In April, O'Reilly Auto Parts bought land from Fifth Third Bank and began the development of their 115th store in Ohio. They have 4,000 stores nationwide, and Tiffin became their newest location. In May, Packatans announced they were going to open a 27,000 square foot store at the Westgate Shopping Center, replacing Staples, who had left earlier in the year. Also, Primitive Crossroads Craft Barn, more than 10 times the amount of space, expanded into Tiffin in the old Court Lee Interiors building. In May, Connections opened up an apparel store, customized and personalized in Fostoria. Also in May, Precision Automotive Technologies opened up. You get to June, behind Heritage Lane, Fitch's Automotive Repair. I was there with John Detwine on the chamber, cutting the ribbon on that one. If you look at August, Sharpnack Automotive bought the old Gordon Lumber facility that was vacated in January. Cashmax cut the ribbon also in August. In August, Maggie Powell announced that she was going to open a new hair salon, Sheer Elegance. And also in August, near Tiffin University's campus, the new Sabati Coffee House opened up. Doesn't stop there. In September, Impact Credit Union announced that they were going to establish their 4th location, and that was going to be in Tiffin, at the site of the Mercy Home Care facility that they purchased and renovated for hundreds of thousands of dollars. In October, the Maestro Group announced that Buffalo Wild Wings Corporate had given them permission to develop the market Real estate negotiations are still underway, and they hope to be able to make an announcement later this year. Also, Page Plus opened up in October, and in October, more than $1 million investment in renovations. The Old Quality Inn on the south side of town, converted to a travel lodge and upgraded and recently approved for a Days Inn. Also in October, the Chamber cut the ribbon on extensive renovations and expansion at Bauman Automotive Group. In November, Scrap Happy added the Sweet Shop. B&B Food Market announced the new Mr. Hero franchise. And also Tracy's Kempo Karate moved in the old AJ's Heavenly Pizza facility. And last but certainly not least, in December, Houston Insurance and Financial Service announced that construction was underway on a new $700,000 facility near the Airport Industrial Park. More than 20 projects, and that doesn't include what's going on in downtown Tiffin, and that's just a piece of the action going on in retail. When you total all the investment in these four sectors, $75 million in completed or announced new construction, new investment in equipment, etc. 2,600 created or retained jobs, 350 to 400 new jobs, and committed retained jobs on the other side. It's no surprise, Glenn mentioned it, that we were again ranked one of the top 600 communities of our size in the United States. We were in the top 10% this year, and we've been in the top 10%, in the top nationally ranked 20% 7 of the last 10 years. We announced last year at the annual meeting that our number one priority was to reach out to companies, and we were going to develop a program to reach out to 1,000. Over the course of 2014, we built a collaborative partnership from Fostoria, Tiffin, and everywhere in between. And we developed a very highly sophisticated retention expansion program that we launched January 1st, and we are confident that we will reach our goal by December 31st, 2015. I'm pleased to announce tonight, as part of that program, that we are launching on May 1st our new Incentive Insight newsletter, which is a monthly newsletter that have links to the more than 200 programs to help businesses grow. It will highlight a resource and a success story, as well as a resource partner for businesses. You have a sheet inside your program. You can sign up for that tonight and leave it at your table, and we'll sign you up and make sure you get that. The first issue is going to come out May 1st. We are trying to be innovative with how we reach out to existing businesses, but we're also trying to be innovative with how we communicate and market these extraordinary successes that are going on in our community. So let me share a couple of our marketing communication results from you for 2014. We put out 13 press releases, and we netted over the course of 2014 more than 90 news stories in print and online. We started our Instagram, our Flickr, our YouTube, and our SlideShare online content, and we put up over 2,000 pictures, videos, and presentations. And then we took that content and we created a blog where we put more than 63 interactive articles online, and we had 16,000 people over the course of 2014 investigating and reading our content. And the mother of all social media, Facebook. Started our page in January, put up more than 250 positive marketing messages, boosted selective, and when we tallied the numbers of how many people actually saw our content, more than 250,000 people saw the messages of what's going on in this community around the world. More than $500,000 of impressions, getting in front of people with what's going on in this community. It's very, very exciting. We're going to shift now to downtown development. And whereas the economic development story is absolutely incredible, the downtown Tiffin story is one that is completely inspiring. And we're going to start by a news story about the new facade enhancement program.
Last year, the city of Tiffin started a grant program to help revitalize the downtown area. So far, it has resulted in more than $150,000 of improvements to downtown buildings. John Monk spoke with the most recent recipient of the grant, now at 5:30.
Reno's Pizza and Pasta has been a downtown Tiffin restaurant for decades in a building built in the 1800s, and they will soon be making renovations to that building thanks to an improvement grant. The Facade Enhancement Grant Program began last July. Through SIEDC, the program matches 50% of the amount a building owner is willing to spend on building improvements. Reno's Pizza is looking to do some brick repair, replace old windows, paint, and repair the roof. Reno's is putting up $6,000 and will receive a $3,000 match. Downtown building owners are excited at the prospect of a fully revitalized downtown.
For a little town like this, we have two nice colleges, we have the theater, we have quite a lot going for us, and it just seems to be rolling here the last few years.
For more information on the Facade Grant Program, you can visit www.senecasuccess.com. In Tiffin, I'm John Muck.
So I want to give a big shout out to our new Executive Assistant Communication Specialist, Katie Lang, who wrote the press release, distributed that over to 90 media outlets, and got W2L down here. Katie, if you raise your hand. I also want to give big kudos to Mayor Aaron Mons, Tiffin City Council, and the entire administration for funding that program last year to the tune of $50,000 and $100,000 this year. It's been a tremendous success story, and I would be remiss if I didn't put credit where it's due. Our downtown development coordinator who developed this program, launched it, and manages it on a daily basis, Amy Reinhardt. Please give a raise. I am pleased to announce tonight that after 15 projects since last August, we are a year in, and we're talking $200,000 of new investment into the downtown, the vast majority of that in how it looks. It's a tremendous success story, and we're really, really excited about it. I'm going to show you some of the buildings receiving facade enhancement grants. This is Carol Yeager's building. You can see the new awnings and how it looks. Here's some additional buildings receiving facade enhancement grants in 2014. This is the Bookmeyer Printing Building at the corner of Madison and Washington, significant window renovation and several other things. The Felton Building, beautiful building, received a facade enhancement grant in 2014. Clover Club, who doesn't love to go to Clover Club, got a facade enhancement grant. This was taken this weekend, where they're working on the project as we speak. Knights of Columbus also got a grant last year and this year. And if you add up all the facade enhancement grant programs in 2014, and you add up the new businesses that open up, and you add up the public investment, we had over 30 projects going on in the downtown. When I came in, there was an article that said downtown Tiffin's got it going on, and that is no more true than today. It is an exciting place to be. Another example, a beautiful structure, 174 South Washington. Throughout 2014, they renovated the upstairs. Residential is starting, and there was a family living in downtown, and they're working on the bottom for business this year. Martin Coop's working on his little shop on Jefferson Street. The Ritz Theater announced in April that they had raised over $1.3 million for the Arts Alive campaign to keep that wonderful asset going. Mike Pixton took over Phoebe's Healthier Options and is creating a new restaurant at 138. Also in April, Mark Levins launched the new paper store. The city invested in the summer $40,000 in new benches, planters, and bike racks to enhance the downtown. We did a study in July on East Tower looking at and analyzed public and private commercial use, and I'm so pleased that within the last month, the city and county have signed a letter of intent that says if that building gets renovated, they will move government offices in it. It's a tremendous development for downtown, and we couldn't be more excited. In October, Robin Visick announced she was going to go into the vacant area agency building at 10 Riverside Drive on the north side of town, investing a significant amount of her own personal capital to do so. JT's out of Port Clinton announced that they were going to create something at the bottom of the year, and I am ashamed to admit that, yes, I frequent there once in a while. It's great in the middle of the downtown. December, Smith Systems open in the downtown in the middle, a great computer IT business. There was discussions going on at the end of the year. What has fully taken place, a dilapidated building in front of American Legion. The city helped take care of that eyesore. And I'm going to last but not least in the downtown focus on the Laird building. It's a building that a couple of years ago, a number of investors in this town got together and decided we're going to save this building, finished in 1854, city block long. And what's really exciting is that when you look today, the first floor is practically all occupied, the second floor is 90% occupied, and all the residential units are completely booked out. Examples of companies that came in 2014, the regional office for the Knights of Insurance went to the second floor in the Laird. Ashley Decker, assistant professor at Heidelberg and local ecologist, opened our first farm-to-table restaurant, the Beehive Cafe in the Laird. Gem Yoga took 2 spaces. I tried my first class on the weekend. It was great. Melissa Perry announced in December of 2014 she was going to locate her new studio in the Laird. I am pleased to announce tonight that the Tiffin Community Reinvestment Group is moving forward with a $300,000 investment project in the Laird building to renovate electric, update the roof, repair the roof, and look at HVAC and potentially windows. Big, huge credit to all the investors. Big, huge credit to CT. I see Ken Bryan over there for the hard work that they did in helping secure community development block grant funds with the state. We at SIEDC are excited to partner with all these folks and get that done. So if you add the 200 and you add the 300, we're already at $500,000, and we aren't going to stop there. I'm also pleased to announce that we finalized the lineup for our May 6th Downtown Summit. We got experts coming from around the country who are nationally known in areas like transportation, placemaking, university relationships, and housing. Go to senecasuccess.com. You can find out more details, and we'll be issuing a press release on all of their details later. You can also sign up to attend that event in that sheet that was inside your program. Okay, last but certainly not least, if the economic development is incredible and the downtown development is inspiring, we're going to hit something that people don't see a lot. It's not the sexy stuff, but it's some of the most important development work we do. It's community development. We have an 89% success record in getting grants over the last decade. And I really need to give credit, again, where it's due, Karen Bowers, for more than a quarter century. Karen, raise your hand. Has been leading economic development for the city of Tiffin. And we couldn't be more pleased about the new partnership we're going to develop. I see Roxanne Burris over there. On the county level, she heads up community development for the county. We're very excited about the new partnership we're going to engage. $10 million that Karen and SIEDC have brought in the last 10 years. And let's talk about some of those. We've worked a long time, over a decade, on getting Clean Ohio funds, and we continue to still have some relationship with TU on the Heminger Center. We are still doing environmental issues with the former Glass House site, which is near Tiffin Paper Company, and as they get ready to expand, they will have a place to do it, another brownfield development. We were advocates this year for the airport, acquiring land to potentially eventually expand to 5,000 linear feet, great infrastructure project. We've been intimately involved with the All Patriots Memorial, and I know Amy in promoting down events. We were even working on getting schools involved to get more people to celebrate what is a tremendous memorial to our fallen safety services, not just for 9/11, but also for the local community. A great project we accomplished in 2014, we got the environmental taken care of for the former Nye Gas Company. I see Fred Zoller and Randy over there to help allow them so they could buy this building and expand their business and have the space that they needed. So that's how another way we support local business. This, people may be familiar with, this is the site of the former Stallsworth Hotel and Livery. It's now ready for development. It was a project we managed, got community development block grants in it, and we are actively marketing this site in downtown for new development. Eagle Rock Business Park, we made it through phase 1 of a long, detailed site certification project. We were approved for phase 1 and we are on to phase 2 this year. Last but not least, we have been working, and Karen specifically has been working for many, many years to utilize a grant with the state of Ohio to develop a brownfield action plan for the 280-acre corridor in the Wall Street district. I'm pleased to announce that that plan has been approved by the state. It's been finalized by the state, and SIEDC is able to now move forward and choose a $50,000 beautification project in the Wall Street area. One of the things that our new incoming vice chair approved, or that our membership approved, is the creation of a new community development committee. And that, one of the first orders of business for that community is to decide which of the projects they're going to do. Got to say this, we've had no audit findings since the turn of the century. So we manage the city funds very, very well, and again, I give credit to Karen for that. So I'm getting to the close of what was an absolutely fantastic ride. The economic development, nothing short of incredible. $75 million, 2,600 jobs. The downtown, inspiring, 30 separate projects, 200,000 and now another 300,000 invested in the downtown. And incredibly important work in taking unused, environmentally contaminated sites and allowing them to be reused by our industry. Incredibly, incredibly important. As I get to the end here, I want to let you know a couple things that we think about when we think about this tremendous success. The first is, if I see all this, I can't help but be excited. I can't help but be pumped up. The entire SIEDC team is raring to go. This is an exciting time. And we know that we have to intensify the effort. That's our theme for 2015. We can't sit on the laurels of what the community has achieved, but we're going to work harder, smarter, and leverage more collaborative partnerships this year. But there are two thoughts we always keep in mind. One, Eddie Cantor once said, an overnight success takes 20 years. And we know that this 2014 and the previous 2 years' success were the work of 20 years plus of hard work by a lot of people. And I know that I've personally been here only a year and a half and pleased with the rest of my team to be able to work with you to continue this momentum. And the second thing that's very, very important that we keep in mind is the 10th principle that Google laid out when they started their company. And that is that great is never good enough. We are going to hit it harder than we've ever hit it before. And thanks to the public and private partners and supporters, we have the resources to do just that. We thank you very, very much for that. Please give yourselves a big round of applause for the support that you give this organization and its partners. So what can you do? Number one, stay informed. You can go to SenecaSuccess.com, click on the Connect tab. You can see all the ways that you can get information. And also, there's that little slip. You can sign up for our monthly newsletter and other things. And then also stay involved. There's a section of members. If you aren't a member, you can talk to any one of us. We'll talk to you. We have downtown committees. We have a downtown summit next week. There are ways to get involved. We would love to have you very much involved. So I'm going to close with 2 comments. And the first is, I would be remiss if I didn't give credit to the person that has allowed me to pursue my passion over the past 20 years or so in economic development and feel really good about making a difference. And that's my wife, Cindy, who helped with me raise our wonderful family. And so please give my wife, Cindy, for putting up with me working till 4 in the morning. Great round of applause. She's absolutely an inspiration to me every day. I also want to thank, secondly, my team. And if my team would just stand up, Karen Bowers, Amy Reinhardt, Bryce Riggs, and Katie Lang, and big shout out to Bryce for handling the heavy lifting on the logistics for this event. Give them a round of applause, because without them, SIEDC does not run. All right, so that's the story. It's a fantastic year. It's been a fantastic 2-3 years. And we're moving forward, and we're going to absolutely kick some tail. Thank you very much.